Has Zeke signed anywhere yet?
Nope, and I don't respect it at all.
You don't? Because
he's not the same player in no way, shape, or form. Like, people, if you have seen his little workout videos,
I hate when players post that Instagram shit.
like, he still looks slow to me. He don't look nowhere of his 2018 version of himself. And the fact, when you signed your contract, you got worse every single year. Like, I got a problem with that. I tried to give him a chance after he had his little knee injury.
So what is that, though? Like, the running backs, as of late, the longevity just isn't there. We came up with the Jerome Bettises, the Fred Taylors, the Curtis Martins, the people that actually played for years, and they actually was getting hit and getting pounded and carrying the ball 20, 30 times a game, which they don't do nowadays. So why is it that running backs don't last now?
I think between the fact that they're getting hit every single play damn near, and if they actually have the talents of Christian McCaffrey's or Todd Gurley before he had arthritis in his knee.
He got arthritis?
That's the only reason he out.
Damn, and that he 1 year older than me, and he been out the league for like 2 years now.
That's the only reason that his career derailed. Players like Zeke, before he fell off, you always got the what if factor of, if I give you this groundbreaking money of being the highest paid running back, how long am I really gonna have that type of production? Like, I don't want to give that money to you, and I know we gotta rely on, like you said, nowadays 20 to 30 touches a game, just because you gotta consider now running backs gotta be able to catch the ball too if they ain't pass blocking.
Right.
So you still getting hit too. So you got that what if going on. Plus,
and it's the league's fault too, right?
I feel it is.
They barely would pass nowadays. The what you said, the artificial turf,
the artificial turf and everything like that. Like, I feel if you go to grass, the upkeep on that probably be less in the season what you have to do with artificial turf. Like, and if that's what keeps your players on the field, then if he gets hurt because of that, if it's a knee injury or something like that, ain't that a waste of your money?
Right.
But,
and to add on to that, like the last couple ACL or knee injuries that we didn't seen, been non-contact.
Sterling Shepard.
Not nobody getting tackled, nothing. Just somebody just planting their feet, making a cut, and their knees do the cha-cha slide. I said, God damn.
See, I think they had somebody else. It was after a play. He was just jogging, and you know how they jog before they stop running. He just started hopping and all that shit. I'm like, damn. So it's a lot of factors for running backs, and then you gotta think their expectancy of a career is only 3 years now, so they don't even make it to their pension to get a contract unless they actually good or they can bounce around the league. And then on top of that, you got undervalued running backs like a Latavius Murray. Yeah, he not a 1,000-yard rusher, but you know he gonna come in the clutch for you at some point in time.
Right.
Like, who else? Gus Edwards for the Ravens. Before he got hurt, shit, he was the bell cow for they running back crew.
Who else they got that's always, they got Dobbins too, huh? He been hurt.
If they stay healthy, like the Ravens really got a good offense, depending on what old boy from Georgia do. Cause that's who they OC now is.
From Georgia?
Yeah, the offensive coordinator.
Finally, so Lamar finally got him an OC that's catering to him and
like gonna be balanced. Like you
don't have him playing running back and shit.
Like that's the
so
thing.
Speaking of, so since we talking about knee injuries and artificial turf and the Ravens, you gotta bring up Odell.
Shoot.
You giving Odell that 18?
Nope.
So why not?
You have to prove that you can stay healthy for me. $18 million is a lot of money to take up when we can add other pieces to this offense right now to help Lamar out. Now, if you stay healthy after this year, if we came to some agreement that 8 years, then after this year I'm healthy, all this, I meet those standards and all that shit they give you in the contract, then this is what I want. It's fair for you. It's fair for me, based off of what we talked about in the contract talks. So yeah, I'll give you 2 years, $36 million after this year, just staying healthy, because I feel a healthy Odell Beckham Jr. would be 80% of what OBJ was, who we know him to be, because like we talked about earlier, him with the Browns, it wasn't really him.
Yeah,
We saw that, and it is a shame that his daddy really put that tweet out to see
about
that.
Baker.
Yeah, like damn. But I also understand. But you take him away from that situation, you put him in a brand new situation. Granted, you got Cooper Kupp, but he's still killing folks 1-on-1.
Mm-hmm.
He's on his way to being Super Bowl MVP against Eli Apple.
Right.
Like,
and he got hurt in the first half, right? When Odell got hurt out
first half, I think he had like 3 or 4 receptions, 75 yards, and a touchdown.
Damn. And since we're talking about the Ravens, so is this year the no excuse year for Lamar Jackson? They got you a new OC, they got you Odell Beckham, and hopefully, like you said, maybe they might get DeAndre or whoever else they add on to the roster. Is this a no excuse season for Lamar Jackson?
I'm not gonna say it's a no excuse year because we still have to see what Rashad Bateman can be as a wide receiver because we really haven't seen that yet. Granted, he's a first round pick and you expect a lot out of him. Shit, he ain't been on the field much. I feel underrated player that nobody talks about on their team, Devin Duvernay. He's I'm not a running back, wide receiver, but how you got players like Deebo Samuel. I think they about to start doing that with Laviska Shenault in Carolina. He pretty much played that role when he was at Colorado, like the running back wide receiver role.
Right.
I feel he could be one of those players you can do with that. It's just how.
But is there longevity in that? How long you think Deebo can play the role that he plays without getting a serious injury?
I think for a receiver doing that of Deebo's physicality, you can do that for a while because at some point you're gonna realize he's not the number one running back. We just want to put the ball in his hand and he can make something happen as a running back. So he can do that his entire career as long as he's splitting the snaps like he's doing now. And then you're not ever going to see him in pass protection at all, so you can just cancel that out when he in the backfield.
You're right, I didn't think about that.
Like
if he in the backfield, he getting that bitch.
And then you got a player like Brandon Ayuk who he look like he can be a number one receiver at some point. Shit, you got Deebo in the backfield, that's just a decoy. That safety probably paying attention to him and not Brandon. You got somebody over the top.
You right.
Like
it was crazy how they went out last year. They 4-string quarterback was playing.
And I really thought Brock Purdy was going to do it. I really did. I ain't want him to do it, but shit, that's the crazy thing too. You really had 3 quarterbacks on the roster, and it looked like.
So coming back, who's going to be their starter? Is it?
I'm going with Brock.
So not who else they got?
Trey Lance, the one they got.
So Trey Lance, it's over with him?
In San Francisco, if I'm them, yes. Look, Brock Purdy was Mr. Irrelevant. No team in the NFL wanted him until the very last pick. And when I was doing my little scouting reports and shit, I think I had him my number 5 or 6 quarterback.
What school he went to?
Iowa State. And
damn,
bro, this the crazy part about him. He got better as he lost actual weapons. Like he had a receiver that went 3rd round. I think his name was Hakeem Butler. He was like 6'7" or some shit like that. He was a dog at Iowa State. I ain't gonna lie. But you had him. You had David Montgomery. You lost them. And all of his leading receivers, I think, were tight ends. And he still put up at least, I think, 3,500 yards a year.
He was a rookie last year?
Yeah.
Damn, I didn't even know that.
Is it?
He came out of nowhere. That's how much of him I didn't even know.
And that's the thing. I feel like shit. We got Trey Lance at 3. In the time that he played, just like Brock Purdy didn't have film on himself, he showed us better production in the time that you did.
We gonna see. So they gonna is it a battle coming up this fall? Or is it just Brock's team?
Me personally, I think it's Brock's team because you gotta think he took them to the playoffs too. He kept the production going.
Right.
But I think it's Brock's team just off the strength of if for whatever reason he gets hurt in the preseason, that's the only way Trey Lance can keep this team. But you got trade value in either one of these quarterbacks because somebody gonna want to find out, is he the real deal?
True.
So you can get a second or third rounder for one of them.